Finally, the arc that all of us have been waiting for has arrived. This is the arc that will change the perspective of many people about Jujutsu. If you thought it was already a great anime, you are in for a treat. Before this episode, as we saw in the first 5 episodes, the main theme was Gojo's past, which included Geto's past, the motives of his actions, and we were also introduced to the Zenin family, the main villain, Toji Fushiguro, who is an outcast of the Zenin family and is Megumi's father. Finally, after waiting for 3 years, we have some knowledge about his past. As I said, the upcoming arc, Shibuya Incident, will be devastating. As a manga reader myself, I have read it way before the anime was even announced to be released. As such, I won't be spoiling anything. Season 1 wasn't really valuable for character development. It was basically the foundation for the story. First episode of this arc was interesting to say the least. I didn't expect the first episode of the new arc to start so wholesome. Yuji raising that girl, Nobara and Megumi acting as wingmen, and in the end, Nobara getting jealous of it was just great. Again, in this episode, it was shown that Itadori is a really kind soul, going to see a human earthworm even though Jinpei isn't around anymore. I like how MAPPA actually put more effort in that filler-like part than they should have. Human Earthworm movie doesn't actually need an animation scene, but we received it. And the ping pong scene as well. This episode will make Attack on Titan fans pissed, because MAPPA will never give Attack on Titan the same extreme detailed high quality animation like Jujutsu. And how can I forget the new opening? I expected it to be alright slash good, but not like this. So clean, the song was the perfect choice, the visuals. I rarely watch the openings of the anime, and it was one of them. In this episode, we can see who is the traitor. Gojo suspected that there are traitors working against them after his fight with Jogo. Utahime went to investigate as Gojo asked her, and found that there are two moles. One is, as we know it, Mekamaru. The other is in a position higher than the principal, which is impossible her to investigate. Basically, Geto, Mahito, and Mekamaru made a pact. He will feed them intel about Jujutsu High in exchange for a new body. The binding pact is unbreakable, otherwise you will face unknown consequences, maybe even death. Both parts had a goal, but since the sorceress found out about Mekamaru's treason, she can feed them more intel, so the deal ended. And they have to respect the pact and give him a new body. They can't let him be alive because he knows something that would help the sorceress find Geto and the curses. Finally, Mekamaru gets his body after 17 years of waiting. Part of his original plan the whole time, make a deal that Geto and Mahito couldn't refuse, but kept his full intentions hidden. He doesn't have any reasons to rebel against the sorcerers. His problem and pain was his condition. When he was inside the ultimate Mekamaru, we saw a flashback of him remembering Miwa because he has a crush on her, and it might also be one of the reasons that made him work with Mahito, to have a functional body and be able to be with her. Besides that, Mekamaru was never even strong, he simply had an extreme amount of cursed energy in exchange for being born disabled. This occurrence is random, and Toji, for example, was affected in opposite way. No cursed energy in exchange for superhuman strength. Now he is technically even stronger since on top of having all of that cursed energy, he also has a working body. That's why, when he was in the cockpit, he has those images of all the fights between Mahito, Jogo and Hanami, so he could learn about some weaknesses. He also mentioned that he needed to alert Gojo to help him in this upcoming fight. He knows he can't beat Mahito alone, but Mekamaru got upgraded to this huge Evangelion lookalike robot, and it will be an interesting fight.